Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Episode 115 of The Wilderness Podcast is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Support the show at patreon.com/The Wilderness Podcast. Our supporter of the week is Riker Towne. We're also brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/wild to get a free month and free audiobook. Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to episode 115 of The Wilderness Podcast. This is our Christmas special. What's special about it? Well, I guess we're kind of drinking like eggnog and stuff. Anyways, I'm your host, Dills, and with me as always is Deegan.
Hey, how's it going?
So, since this is the Christmas holidays, there's been not much news at all. We've got some maintenance going on, but there's been some community stuff, such as a little bit of a fiasco goes on behind the scenes when it comes to some of the participants for that last Dead Man mode tournament. And another J-mod left.
Another one, eh? It's a Mod Gree?
No.
Mod G?
No, gotta keep guessing. No, we'll get into that afterwards. Deegan, what'd you do this week?
Not too much, actually. Path of Exile, still playing that, still going hard.
Cool.
Downloaded this new game called, well, not new, but this co-op game called Gauntlet.
All right.
Which is just like a RPG, like overhead dungeon crawly thing that I've been playing with my buddy, which is pretty fun. And then like a lot of work. Because like, you know, Christmas time, so like it's super busy in my place.
Yeah, retail, I guess, gets like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it gets pretty
depending on where you work, at least. But yeah, during the Christmas holidays, that's where all the last-minute shoppers rushing in.
Honestly, though, like, it's not as bad like as other stores. So, long story short, I had to go to, I had to take someone's coat, like a stitching store in the mall.
You had to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like, doing someone a favor. Anyways, have you ever heard of Lush?
Oh, is that one of those stores that has all those like bath bombs? Like
you like make scents. You like make your own scent.
I remember in high school, like I'd be hanging out with some girl and they're like, "Let's go into that store." I'd walk in and like not be able to breathe.
Yeah. Okay, so while I was walking or trying to find where this place was, I walked past it, and it is so full of people that every salesperson is outside doing their sales pitch.
Jeez.
And the thing is that you have to make your own scents and shit, right? So I don't know the process. Like, I'm assuming it's like a metal bowl that you have in your kitchen, and you're just like fucking like Bill Nye pouring stuff in it. Like,
yeah, that's weird.
That's kind of what I assume the process is similar to. Whoever like manages that store, like, just let everybody in. Like, the place was like packed. You know, like, you ever see like those like YouTube videos of like trains in India?
Yeah,
where it's so packed, people like on. It was like that.
Or in Japan, where they have people that push you into the actual train.
It was like that. Like, you couldn't actually move, and I'm like, my place gets really bad, but like, I can walk. Yeah, like it was so bad that like salespeople couldn't go into the store.
So that's just too stressful. I hate that shit.
Yeah. It's really nice seeing the customers that don't give a fuck. Like, they're just there because they need to buy something for someone, and they just like in and out.
Yeah, that's me. When I need to buy for like a female in my family, I just go into those like body, like those body wash places.
Suggest something, saleswoman or I don't know if there's any guys that work at like Bed Bath or
I don't know,
or Body Works or whatever.
Yeah, that's the store.
I've only ever seen women work there.
But I just go in, they have them all prepackaged like a basket. I'm like,
true.
Yoink, I'll take that.
Yeah,
you're good to go.
Yeah, you get like the customers that do that. They're like, okay, I gotta get this person this. This is my budget. Now, like, get on this. Okay, hand it to them. Thanks. And they just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, they don't give a fuck. I had this guy. I think he's like brand new to Canada because he wasn't wearing a coat or anything.
Okay.
He's wearing just like a thin sweater, and he was on the phone with his wife, and he was like, "I need to get my wife a jacket." And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "How long are your coats?"
How long?
How long are your coats?
Okay.
And I was like, they vary. There's a lot. Like, what kind of coat and what size? Like, what do you mean length? And he's like, yeah, well, I measured the length of my wife. This is what he said word for word. I measured the length of my wife.
While she was sleeping, he gets the measuring tape out.
And he says, I measured the length of my wife, and she was 24 inches. Which is 2 feet, which isn't true at all, unless like he's dating or married to a dwarf.
Yeah.
Then that would make sense.
Well,
but,
even it's very small.
yeah, dwarves like head to toe are like a little bit over 4 feet on average if you have dwarfism.
Yeah.
I looked it up last night, unrelated.
Is dwarf offensive? What's the term?
Well, growing up with one of my childhood friends,
Because midget's out. That's offensive.
midget's
right?
out. Little person is like condescending.
Yeah.
You're a little person. Just someone with dwarfism. You can't call him a dwarf because like what are you like Thurgo? Give you some red berry pie or something?
Straight from Lord of the Rings or something.
No, is it a RuneScape reference?
Yeah, I know that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the blacksmith. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Someone with dwarfism. I have no idea. But like
Why are dwarfs known for mining?
sturdy.
I guess that makes sense. I guess all your muscles are more condensed. Maybe. You probably fit through tunnels better.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. You can kind of get right into that mountain. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Yeah, I never seen them with beards or anything.
Beards?
Beard, like dwarves from like Lord of the Rings and stuff will have like beards.
Yeah, they have beards. And you're talking about because even in RuneScape they have like beards and stuff.
Yeah. I've never seen a dwarf in real life with a beard.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
Not really accurate.
yeah. I grew up with one. He was just like, eh.
So wait, what term came first? Dwarf to refer to like the dwarf come from like Lord of the Rings, and they're just like, we're going to use that term for this, or did it originate in the real world?
I know dwarfism is a medical term. There's like 3 subcategories of dwarfs. The most common one is just like shortened limbs, small hands,
Yeah.
or they have like something to do with their cartilage. That's what happens. They have some weird cartilage issue. Which, anyways,
Yeah. Anyway,
tangent. But he said his wife, like, he measured his wife and she was 2 feet.
right.
Well, 24 inches. And I like did the math. 2 feet. I'm like, that's not right. But okay. I'm like, okay, so she's probably like an extra small then, right? That's what I'm thinking. So then I go and I'm like, okay, well, how would this coat? And he's like, how long is it? I was like, I don't know. He's like, give me your measuring tape. And I had to explain to him that we don't measure the clothes. That's not how we size. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like pull like I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like it was such a weird.
It's like tailored to the person buying it.
Yeah, but no, I think he thinks that he was in like a tailoring shop or something. I don't know, but like he like kept asking me to like bring out my measuring tape to measure.
You guys don't have any measuring tape or anything? I feel like a clothing store should have.
We do in the back, but like you don't do it for clothes. You do it for like setting up the store, right?
Right.
Like racks and stuff to be certain lengths and all this stuff. So I had to go to my manager and be like, I need measuring tape. Why? A man wants me to measure some clothes. It's like, oh my, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Jesus. So I can measure it. And of course, it's not like to like whatever. It was like a really weird. He just ended up like he can't. You can tell that like I don't know. I don't even know what to make of it was such a weird conversation. And then he just left. He's like, all right, thanks. I'll go somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, please. This is such a waste of fucking time for everyone.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so many people don't give a fuck. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me something. I need a present.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a blanket and a multi-tool.
Yeah.
here's a knife and a blanket.
Dad, I'm 8 years old. The fuck am I supposed to do with this shit?
The fuck am I supposed to do with a blanket?
Yeah.
kids will play with a multi-tool. Yeah, other than that, like, yeah, it's been super busy with that stuff. I don't know if I've been playing any other games really. Just like PoE, this Gauntlet game, and that's pretty much it.
Fun.
Yeah, what did you do this week?
Yeah, not a whole lot either. I'm trying to I don't think I did minimal RuneScaping. Just been busy because it's Christmas coming up. I had to get everything all together for just for Christmas coming up. And a little bit of work, but work's kind of slow. I just kind of sit there. I'll play a bit of RuneScape, or I'll do like... We got our New Year's episode coming up, so I'm kind of going through the catalog of all the updates that have been going on this year and try to get everything together so we can do a little year in review. It's just been busy with that. What have I done? I know I'm doing farming. And I'm on my Cerberus Slayer task still. So yeah, I've done very minimal RuneScaping entirely.
Yeah.
But after the holidays, it's things are sure to slow down. And yeah, for a while now, I've been thinking about starting an Iron Man. And just something to do on the side a little bit, because I want to go through all the quests again and actually read the dialogue. And just for like the lore segment and stuff, right? And get a better idea of the actual story behind stuff, especially with these updates that are coming out. Like, it'd be cool to go through all the elf quests again and read them and get a better idea of like what the hell is actually going on. Because when they released Prif Dinaz, you know what I mean? It'd be pretty cool to kind of know what's going on and get all this extra information on the lore and stuff.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because my plan when I was playing was to finish Slayer and then just start maxing. And then while I was maxing, like, the boring skills, play an Iron Man account.
Yeah.
And as I started to do that, because I would just do, I would take a break from Slayer and go do other skills, I would start playing the Iron Man. It's like, man, do I really want to do this all over again? For the sake, like, I don't want to do this. I don't get anything, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I wasn't getting anything out of it, so I just kind of stopped.
Like, there's parts of it that seem really fun. Like, people love playing their Iron Man accounts, the people who are big into it, right?
Yeah.
You gotta do everything yourself. But at the same time, if you're someone who wants to, if you're looking forward to, like, doing the endgame content on Iron Man, it's gonna take a long time to get there. Because you can't just go, well, I'm just gonna do Slayer and focus on combat. You can do that a lot, but there's just things you're gonna need to do to, like, get, you know what I mean, to get the gear, right? If you want a Fury, you gotta make it now. And that stuff sounds really awesome, except for when you think about all the hours of grinding you'll have to put in.
See, it's funny because I look at it as that's the only stuff I'd enjoy. Like, I've done like 6 months of like solo, like the first 6 months of this year was like me solo raiding.
Yeah.
Xerix. I do not want to step back in there with shit gear on an Iron Man, doing it all over again, and then like, hey, I got, 6 D long swords, or you know what I mean, like, or like I got 3 rigorous dexterous scrolls. Like,
that part would be stressful, definitely. I do think of the moments when you do get the first rigor scroll and how exciting and good that would feel. And you're like, boom. Whereas on a normal account, it's still great to get it, but you're just like, all right, chuck it onto the GE. Let's start saving up for the next big purchase. And then we've talked about it before, but that's where you get stuck in this money grind mentality where it starts to, it's daunting and can be demotivating. That's what happened to me when I was like on a money grind. I realized I can't have this as my goal to save up for things. Sure, you're going to have, like, I'm going to buy the Pegasian boots from like 35 mil or whatever they were at. But instead, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do other goals and I'll passively get money from that. So, and then eventually I'll be able to buy these items. So, for example, I'm doing wood cutting because it's just AFK. If I'm too busy doing something else, like if I'm editing the podcast, if I'm on my laptop, I'll just use my phone and I'm doing that on there. And you don't make much money at all. By the time you're done, you made a couple mil. It's not much for the amount of time you put in. But that's your one goal knocked out of the way. You move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's nice about an Iron Man. You don't really have that money grind.
Yeah, I just think, like, the one thing that bores me with, like, PVM is just doing it solo all the time. It's kind of like...
That's the thing, too, yeah.
Like, I want to play with my buddies, but, like my one buddy just, like, staked for a Tebow,
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, now I'm rebuilding. And he like was just like on a whim, made like almost $1 billion in a day after I spent like 6 months making like a couple $100 million.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, I don't really want to do Xerix. I'm just going to grind Zalra for like a couple months and then stake it. And you're like, okay, I'm not going to go staking because I'm on like a 15 loss streak. So count me out of that. And then on Iron Man, you can go with groups, but then you become the group bitch, which is why I like doing raids with Iron Man, because like the meta is that if you have an Iron Man in the group, they have to get the secondaries, and they will like, you tell them, I need this many potions, and then they dedicate that amount of like, because obviously you can't give Iron Man resources.
No.
But they'll go do all the shitty work, and then they'll just give you what you need, and then you have it.
Yeah.
So don't really want to do that.
Yeah, it's hard. So it's definitely hard because I look forward to like doing some bossing and getting those uniques from it, because that'd be super fun to do. But at the same time, bossing with a group of people is always much more enjoyable.
Yeah. I just think it would be nice. Yeah, like I think it would be dope to like kind of go for the Fury. You know, get the Zenite jewelry. Even like going for an SGS and stuff like that, I feel like that would be a lot of fun. But the second you've kind of cap out on like God Wars gear, or like you get like your Sarah and Arma gear, and like, and then you have to get your Zami Hasta and like, and your Bandos gear, that's where I'd be like,
it's got old
bored.
It's got old real quick.
Yeah.
Doing doing a Bandos run and only getting like 3 kills
at best if you're lucky.
Yeah, and that's if you have the best gear, so that's not gonna be happening. It's hard, but yeah, eventually I'll probably have one going and just go at my own pace, but still focusing on my main, because to me it's like ideal, but it'd be cool to have an Iron Man going at the same time, and this way I can go through all the quests again and read through all the dialogue and kind of see what the hell is actually going on in a lot of these ones, because we all skip over the dialogue anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, my week has been very lacking in the RuneScape department, and gaming in general, because I've been itching to play No Man's Sky for like a month now. But every time I have time to game, I'd rather be on my computer playing RuneScape and then maybe watching Netflix on the side or something. Yep. Anyways, I guess we can jump right into the new. There's not really any news, but let's just let's roll that music. Basically, all that has happened was some server maintenance happened on Thursday. Yeah, it makes sense why they're not bringing out any updates, because it's the Christmas holidays, and plus they're all probably working their asses off to get the Kalos Lowlands all lined up. Yeah, so that's January 10th is the expected date of that big update. You think you're going to be jumping on for that? Trying to get some of that Hydra tasks going?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see. Depends how like good it is.
True. Well, yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I'm hoping. I got a bunch of Slayer points saved up, like 1,1600. I hope it's not like the Gargoyle boss where I just blow through all my points trying to get the actual task itself. I'm excited to see it. It should be fun. I think it's going to be an awesome piece of content. Things we've seen so far, like graphically, look pretty great. Have you seen the character design for the new Slayer task, the new Slayer Master?
I have not. Is he overly designed? Yeah, I am not a fan.
I kind of like it. It's I don't even know how you describe it. It looks kind of tribal looking. It gives me like a Zelda vibe.
Gives me a RuneScape 3 vibe.
Yeah, I can see that. So she's got like neon blue eyes, like a
fluorescent pink hair,
black skin or very dark blue skin.
Like pitch black, like dark. Like it doesn't look like human. It looks like it's like so it's
the new race of the Caliph, but it should be interesting. I think we'll have to see if it fits in. I like the design of it here, but you're right, it does have like more of a RuneScape 3 vibe to it. But it could work. This isn't like set in stone of how it's going to look. It's just kind of like there's a good chance it could look like this, but this is the current design of it.
Yeah, because the Kaleeth are like a subspecies of Tazar, right?
Something.
They're cousins, or like they're related to Tazar somehow.
Yeah, somehow they have some relation to it, but these aren't like stone-looking people.
But they're like humanoid, but they kind of look like some sort of like Soul Reaver, like non-humanoid-esque. Like, I don't know. I don't like the look, to be honest. I really don't like it. It's an NPC. Like, the Arceus guys, the guys in the Arceus house were like, that's as far as I wanted to go. We're like, they got some extra design to them, but they still look like that classic medieval fantasy with the super like mage type like necro.
Yeah, people have like problems with the way Zaya was designed in general because all the graphics seem to be of a different caliber.
Yeah,
just everything, right? It doesn't fit the mainland as much,
but like it fit the theme. This very much like looks like it was from a different game.
Yeah, from the little the picture we have there, the GIF of it. But
I feel like you would talk to this NPC to turn that character into RuneScape 3 character. You know what I mean? Like, join the dark side. Okay. And then you're like posting on the subreddit like, what the fuck? Now my guys I'm playing RuneScape 3 now? It's bullshit.
We'll have to see how the whole race in general fits with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of it could work if they just chilled out. Like, I get it. You know, Mod Ghost wants that nice portfolio.
Yeah.
But chill a little bit on that.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it does fit, because even the Arceus house, the way it works, the reason it can kind of work is Zaya is supposed to be like a more of an ancient land, right? With the history is just completely different compared to the mainland of it. Mm-hmm. And the Arceus people, they look, if you've played Final Fantasy IX, it looks like Vivi, those black mages, sort of. But yeah. So that's the design of that. I am excited for the new update. Obviously, it's going to be a huge one, and I'm just excited to see if it's going to work or not, right?
Yeah, I feel like if you put all like the Slayer Masters in a line, it would be like a bunch of kids were like, let's draw characters, and they drew characters, but then the teacher, who's also like an art grad, was like, this is how you draw a character. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's way more.
Do you
extra.
find Neve/Steve fit?
The gear's silly, but like, yeah, they fit.
That's how I always found it was. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but my problem with Neve is she was just thrown in there with like just the best in slot gear for the most part, and thrown in the gnome stronghold for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
So it never really fit at the time. I don't know if you were playing then you would remember, but it was just you. There's the cave there, Neve's cave.
It was. It's like the thing. Like aesthetically, it works, but the way Neve's cave was, especially, it still kind of is, but very much so. Like last year and a bit, and then the Neve/Steve character himself look like it's copy pasted from a private server.
Yeah, and then you have that Hades Casantas.
Hades Kazanas.
Yeah.
A little pun.
That one, people have had a problem with him for a while because he's just wearing like third age and a cane and a top hat.
But it's also kind of a meme. You hate on him because you ain't him.
Yeah. That's a weird one. Anyways, yeah, so there's no updates this week. DevBlog is talking about the maintenance that had happened, and yeah, as I said, they're gearing up for this big update coming out, which means we're going to jump right into the community chatter. So I teased it before, but we've have some issues had gone on kind of behind the scenes with the Dead Man Mode tournament. And the first thing we're going to mention was one of the semi-finalists in the tournament, North-South EA, was found to have been account sharing during the finals. So because of this, they disqualified him. The semi-finalists are winning $1,000 plus the Premier Club package. So so they kicked him out, and they end up bringing up the account name S Engineer, who he got promoted to a semifinalist, even though he was knocked out during the quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming he knocked him out.
Yeah, that's what had happened. So yeah, he lost to that guy, so he got moved up. So we'll just run through the people who did win something. So the winner of $20,000, mentioned it when the finals wrapped up, it's Hernan Kolpar, the name of with basically a bunch of random letters. He was if I'm not mistaken, he was a member of the Frontline clan. The runner-up, second place, who won $10,000, was Demonic Bolt. And then the semifinalists who won $1,000 were Juicy Apple, S-Engineer, and S-Engineer. The quarterfinalists who won a Gold Premier Club package was Luco Taco, Disqualifier, and Die Raccoon. And then the players, Purple Dot PKer, and, oh, Jesus, E-O... Okay, it's a bunch of different random letters. Anyways, they're going to be winning a Silver Premier Club membership as well. So we'll have to... So give it a few months and we'll see some posts about how they didn't receive their actual awards, as usual. But
yeah,
for now, that's the listings of who was winning stuff.
So this account get disqualified, or is it banned from participating in Deadman? Or is it both? Because do you think... I think the account should be banned from Deadman, even if the person decides to just make a new account. Because usually what happens is... like, if I were to do Deadman, I would just bring in my Iron Man. I wouldn't use my main because I want to play on my main, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So even if you do something like that, like, they're going to have to, like, just make a new account just for Deadman. But I feel like they should... If you get caught, like, cheating in the finals, that account should be banned from Deadman.
Yeah, it's a tough one because... account sharing is definitely against the rules, but is it one of the... should your account be permanently banned from Deadman Mode tournaments because of it?
Yeah.
Think so, yeah?
I mean, you're cheating.
Yeah, it's true. Anyways, that's not the only controversy that had gone on. The player who was previously in the PvP tournament, the All-Stars tournament, and had also won a Golden Gnome this year at RuneFest, Ditterbitter, had made a tweet basically admitting that he had someone else playing on his account during the Deadman Mode finals.
Why did he admit to this? Was it his account that got kicked out? Are we talking? Is this a different account?
This is a second incident that it had surfaced today. So a post on Reddit, which is what brought my attention to this, he had posted a video of him going through the finals where he faced a player named Abdullah, where they, I guess, agreed upon a death match during the tournament.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're in the tournament,
yeah,
you're gonna fight to the death. Were they, like, in the solo bracket?
No, this wasn't in the... So the video is them in Edgeville.
Oh,
when it happened.
Okay.
And apparently a player named 1013 was playing on Ditterbitter's account during this time, and he was the one who had defeated Abdullah in the fight.
Okay.
So someone had made a tweet to Ditterbitter saying, "Why the fuck did you include a death match of 1013, who was playing on Ditterbitter's account, versus Abdullah in his recent video, acting like it was him?" Which Ditterbitter replied, "Yeah, but Abdullah's Tome of Fire does." Anyways, then someone replied, "I can't wait for you to get disqualified next tournament because 1013 gained experience on your account, meaning he helped you qualify." In which he replied, "I'm going to come back to this tweet in 3 months when that actually happens." Okay, so it might have not happened in the actual tournament, but maybe the final week. So,
well, if he says to qualify, that means this current season.
Oh, it was in the season in general. Okay, so I'm mixing everything up then.
Okay.
That's the problem. I don't follow the streams and stuff. I just watch the tournament normally.
Well, because so Ditterbitter's, I guess a lot of these YouTubers are known for, like, they really do Deadman content. So the first week is daily, like, progress of, like, this is me PKing. Day 1, epic dabs on these hater noobs. I don't know, whatever, clickbaity stuff.
Yeah.
They'll do that until the season dies, and then they just kind of death match and qualify and blah, 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 blah. And, like, Ditter has, like, every season he does this. A lot of YouTubers that, like, get hard into Deadman do this. Like, Torvesta probably is doing it right now. But, yeah, they just have, like, they pretty much, all their YouTube content for, like, the next 2 weeks after, like, when a new season starts is just Deadman daily updates of, like, training and killing people.
Yeah.
So if he's pretending Like, it's like, I don't know how to say this, but like if he has someone else playing his account and he's pretending to be that person.
Yeah, so he came out with a YouTube video, basically put the clip of someone else on his account killing someone, but he added it to his like progress.
But was he like doing the typical bitter commentary? All right, I'm gonna protect melee. Okay, I'm gonna protect range. I'm gonna eat some food. And the whole time you just hear him like clicking.
True.
That's half the commentary of those PK YouTubers. Yeah, that's super sketchy. Do you think he should be punished? Wait, hold on. Wait. Let me rephrase this. Do you think this is ethical to have someone playing your account?
Well, definitely not. It's against the rules. Account sharing, right?
I mean, it's against the rules, but like, is it? You think it's unethical if he's, and not him in general? If you just have someone playing your account in a dead man mode,
it definitely. I want to say it's in a gray area, but if it's against the rules, right, to be account sharing at all.
Well,
so
it is, but only because when it comes to fire capes, inferno capes,
right? Okay,
and that stuff.
It's hard to say because on one hand, I'm like, yeah, that is cheating. You're having someone else train your account when you can't do it. You know what I mean? It's like me going to the dead man mode tournament, or I'm trying to qualify for it, and I'm, have a friend from Australia, and he's playing on the account while I'm sleeping, and then, you know what I mean? Alternating.
Yeah.
So it's like going 24/7 basically, which is an unfair advantage. But at the same time, it is kind of similar to like a clan members just funneling you items.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't swap gold now to get items, right?
Well, air quotes, because it happens all the time.
But you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to, yeah.
But what you can do is you can get donations from people.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
So...
And then you can just give them free stuff because they're nice and old school.
Yeah. Pretty much. So it does get kind of tricky because is that not very similar or very close, right?
Let's say you really want to play dead man mode, right? You want to like, you just like, oh man, I want to try and qualify, but with school and work and life, I can't do it. And I'm sitting there being like, I'm in the same boat. Do you think we had Dilly Deegan, a new account that we just both took turns playing, where we're like, well, I'm working and you're like, back from school or something, and you're playing, and we're swapping, and we're like account sharing to get into the finals or to the invitational, and then through the invitational, we're like still both me and you are progressing the account together. Do you think we should be banned for that?
It's really hard to say. You know what I mean?
Why is that?
When you say that, I go, yeah, it doesn't seem like I see the problems with it, but what's the big deal in the end?
I mean, we're both bad at PKing, so we're not going to win any money.
Yeah, it's tricky, but they do have it as a rule, so it should be enforced across the board.
Yeah, and then let's add another layer. What if we're getting paid to do this? What if we make some? I don't want to say a lot of money because YouTube has a lot of variables, but let's say it's part of our job to play a lot of RuneScape during you have a 3-week gap like every couple months to play as much RuneScape as possible, and we're depending on how much we play and progress, that's kind of how much money we're gonna make. Like there's a benefit to playing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because if you're doing really well during the week leading up or even the qualifying, people are gonna want to watch your videos.
Yeah, and you're. So now does it get even worse that like we're directly making money off of account sharing and lying about it?
Yeah.
What if you're like, yo, what's up, gamers? It's your boy Dills here, back at it again. We qualified, but really like it was 50-50.
Yeah.
Or, like it doesn't matter the percentage, but like we account shared to get to that point. Does that make it worse? Would that be more of a reason to ban us? Or do you think that shouldn't be a factor? Do you see where I'm trying to go with this? I'm laying breadcrumbs to pretty much say, like, it's pretty fucked up, especially because, Skill Specs got banned. There's that iconic Twitch clip on his birthday. He got banned from the Deadman finals because he played an account that wasn't his, that was qualified.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, you can probably find it somewhere on YouTube if you look up like epic clickbait 2017. No, but like he had like kind of a memey meltdown. He got really fucking upset that he got banned from one of the Dead Man Invitationals because someone was like, "Here, man, I qualified there," and he just didn't bother to qualify. And it was him and a couple so go like DQ Deadman mode or something.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is Skill Specs being banned for boxing, which I think I do remember seeing that video because he was streaming, right?
Yeah,
that's where he got caught.
Maybe I'm getting him mixed up, but there was a streamer that did get banned or like disqualified for playing an account that wasn't his that qualified to the Deadman mode. I remember that. Because he was pissed because, you know, at the time he claimed a lot of people did it. Like, not content creators. Like, a lot of people just did it in general.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I'm like, I already have my arguments prepped. Because the big thing is that, like, if you're getting paid, like, it's weird because Ditterbitter specifically is like a PK YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're PvP-based YouTuber. And the majority of, like, the income, or, like, the exposure, I should say, comes from Deadman mode. Like, think about Mika279. You only know of him if you're, like, really into Deadman scene.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, what he's known for is playing 20 hours straight doing Slayer. If you, like, everyone, like, most people watch Torvesta. Like, he's a big PK YouTuber. But once it's Deadman, like, that's where you can see, like, a lot of his new viewers, and, like, that's where a lot of his videos explode from. And it's just, like, it's super dicey that, like, he gets caught, and then he's kind of like, it's not a big deal. But, like, I personally feel like Jagex really shouldn't let content creators break the rules.
No, I feel like you should make an example out of them because they're basically
the face.
Yeah, they're the face of old school RuneScape. We talked last week about when the stream went down, they put Foe as the. So when you have these popular streamers and YouTubers, you want to make sure that they're gonna I don't know, be a good role model, or what's the word I'm looking for here?
Yeah,
a good face for the game, because
I mean, let's be real. RuneScape is known for, like, one of the things you kind of figure out is there's a lot of sketchy people that play this game.
Oh yeah,
a lot of very bad men.
bad.
Yeah, it just kind of makes his whole channel, like, it kind of like hurts the integrity of his whole channel. Even though it's like, I could be blowing it out of proportion. It's literally this one clip, but, like, you know what I mean? Like I get it. It's probably a good clip, and but it's kind of like, this is an epic death match I had against this guy.
Yeah.
But really, it's someone else doing it, recording it, and you know, like, some of the YouTubers are, like, pretty good at PKing. They're all better than me. I'm not saying any of them are worse than I am, except for maybe, like, Mr. Mammal. I know, he's probably better than me. But the main thing is that, like, like, the guy that won last Deadman season, the one that just passed, like I mentioned, it was just, like, first time competing. And, like, some of these, there were, like, some insanely good PKers that are way better than, like, content creators.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That, like, PK, like, 12 hours, like, that's all they do, right? Like, they're amazing at it. But, you know, they don't want to do YouTube videos or whatever.
They just do it for fun.
And if he's able to, like, use his, like, name to, like, get these guys to PK for him and make them look better, it'd be like, yo, hey, it's your boy Deegan. You guys want to see some epic PK content? And then I'm, like, blasting kids, like, hard. Mm-hmm. And you're like, man, he's really good. But then you find out, like,
it's weird. It's like you get this weird ground because what's the difference if, let's say, you're a really good PKer, but your commentary wasn't very good, so you did the PKing, and then I would do commentary over those videos.
But pretending it's you?
Pretty much.
It's kind of fucky.
Yeah,
kind of a shitty thing to do.
It is weird. It's like going to a concert and, like, a person's lip syncing.
It's kind of like watching, like, a PVMer, but it's not his account the whole time.
It's Wooks, yeah.
Like,
I take Wook's footage and I just talk over it.
Yeah.
But
like,
they should make an example because it will kind of it'll make people less people are going to stop doing stuff like that. They're like, oh well, if he got banned, I'm a no one. So what's stopping them from doing the same to me?
Yeah,
a lot less.
The main thing is that hell, if I got banned, well, how come Ditterbitter didn't?
Yeah,
right. Like it
sets them up.
It sounds silly, but like I think the fact is that he makes money off of this is like my biggest concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but that's my opinion.
Anyways, it is a bit of a controversial thing on whether or not he should be banned or should be punished because it's like layered. It was during the season. You know what I mean? It's tricky. So, but anyways, we'll move on to our last bit of news. So we had another JMod step down from Jagex this week. Modstone had his last day. He was the marketing manager at Jagex for Old School RuneScape, and he made the post on Twitter. I'm sad to announce that I am leaving the Old School RuneScape team and Jagex this week. The community is what makes Old School RuneScape so great, so keep doing your thing. It has been a pleasure working with you all.
Is that all he said? No reason why?
No, he didn't really say anything.
Uh-oh.
What?
Cue the conspiracy music.
Well, so the first things first. He is the marketing manager.
Yep.
And
how many letters are in marketing?
9?
Which date? When did he leave?
So the post was made on December 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to believe that December 21st was his last day.
Okay. Okay, never mind. Next, we're gonna forget to ask that question. How many mods have left this month?
2.
Before him? 1.
Yeah.
9/11.
Shit.
But who also left before Aiza?
Who?
Mod Jed.
Mod Jed, he did. Yeah. That's 3.
Well, I was...
Wait. No, you're onto something, because there's 3 JMods that have left like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you divide 9 by 3, you get 3. How many letters is in Jed's name?
3.
3.
Now, the new mod, Mod G.
3
letters.
Fucking letters. 3 fucking letters.
Yeah. What is something that is 3 letters long?
What?
MTX.
Oh, shit.
Microtransactions. Marketing.
How?
3 mods. New mod with 3 letters.
And?
What is the worst game of all time? RuneScape 3.
Holy shit. This is... Oh my god, I'm freaking out right now.
Yeah.
Because Mod G, when she arrived, that was 3 Q&As ago.
Yeah.
They canceled a Q&A this week, which was supposed to be the last one of the year.
We're only getting 3 in the 12th month. 12 minus 3, 9. We're going back to the 9 divided by 3,
Holy
1.
Shit.
Yeah.
Things are spinning right now. We need to get the cork board out. This is fucked. Alright, well. Anyways. Mod Stone, being the marketing manager, he said he would personally step down from Jagex if Old School RuneScape would ever bring out MTX.
Yep.
He had said that. He said that as a way to ensure us that MTX won't be stepping into the game.
3 letters.
3
acronym.
Fucking letters.
RuneScape 3.
RuneScape 3. MTX. Jed. G.
Jed, G, Aiza, Stone gone.
Yep.
Don't the pets have Santa hats?
Yeah. Oh.
You remember? That's an example I gave. Yeah, everyone's going to start saying hat, 3 letters. They have hats.
Jeez. Yeah, that's true.
So in 3 months, we're going to start having some microtransactions hit this game, I'm calling it.
Does seem likely.
How much are bonds? What, 3 mil now? Rounding down, of course. Last time I checked, they were almost 3.3 mil. Which was earlier this week, so my friend made me buy him a bond.
Bonds are 2.8.
They're 2.8 now?
So the bonds have been going down in price, because mobile players are finally getting to a point in the game where they need more money, and they're buying a lot of bonds.
iOS. 3 letters.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We got 3 months. We got 3 months till old school's gone. What's another thing with 3 letters that sucks? EOC.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's true. Mobile, divided by 2, 3 letters.
Yeah.
6 letters in total. This is going deep.
No, but like in all seriousness though, it is kind of sketchy that he didn't say anything. Like, at least IA's was like, this is the reason. Like, that's just generally how mods are. Even like Jed was like, I'm gone, but everyone's like, we know why. Like it was kind of like Jagex told everyone why Jed was leaving, pretty much.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird that the marketing manager kind of steps down, and like he said that he would do it if microtransactions were ever becoming a thing, because obviously you don't want to be the face of that.
Yeah, for sure.
It is kind of worrisome, and when I noticed that pets had Santa hats, because I still like browse the subreddit every now and again, I saw comments be like, dude, this is so cool, I'd love cosmetics for our pets. So like, it wasn't like a super high upvoted thing, but it was just like, yeah, LOL, you know what I mean? But
you see people being like, I don't see the problem as much as the community used to, especially when the whole Twitch promo came out.
Yeah, but like now we do have a big influx of mobile players, and with bonds going down
1.2 mil?
Yeah.
So it's a fair bit.
And I wonder how much like money they're making from bonds. And I bet you someone up above is like, we need to cash in on this quickly. The mobile player base is not dying. Because I honestly thought it would be kind of dead by now. If I'm being, like I said in the past, like, they'll stick around for a month and then leave. But they're actually like staying.
Yep.
The numbers are consistently good. RuneScape's biggest flaw in the mobile gaming market is like how slow it is to go through the game. Like it's this, like 1,000+ hours, like 1,700 hours to max efficiently or some shit, right?
Yeah.
It's
daunting.
It's a lot. And if they ever want this game to like go to China or something, I know they do have to like change it a bit with the gods,
skeletons and stuff.
Skeletons. But even if they want to like go to like, could they do it in like Korea and Japan? I don't think there's anything weird about it. But those there or like India and stuff, there's big mobile markets there.
Yeah.
And if they ever decide to like push those servers and whatnot,
Diablo Immortals coming out, the mobile game. It's like that's something that's going to appeal to people in like China and Japan, because from what I have read, that they prefer more of the free to play but pay to win.
Yeah.
Like they prefer that sort of play style compared to spend $10 on a mobile game and now you own it.
Yep. Which is super weird. 'Cause I never buy mobile games, and someone worded it to me because I said I'd never buy a mobile game. He's like, "Have you ever bought soda before, or pop, depending where you're from?" I'm like,
soda pop.
Yeah. He's like, well, you could just bought a mobile game for that.
Yeah,
like $2 for like a bottle of Pepsi or something, on your way back from like work or when you're out with your buddies or something.
I fall into that trap all the time where I'm like, I don't want to spend 99 cents on this game.
But it's like, it's $1. Like,
I buy a coffee every day for $1.50.
Yeah.
Minimum, sometimes $2. And that's only one coffee. I would sometimes go double that up.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3.
But exactly right. But it is kind of worrisome because I think the stockholders of Jagex probably see how much money, and this is probably what happened to RuneScape 3, where they see how much money, like how much potential there is, and then they're gonna like, you're gonna see some weird astroturfing, I'm guessing, which is like pretty much like, it's a term where like a company will, I mean, they use like shit talk other companies that like will pretend to be the consumer pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll just like, yeah, it's an easy way to phrase it, I guess.
Companies do that all the time.
Pretend to be the consumer, and they'll do it in a way, like in a way to benefit the company.
Yeah. Happens with like Amazon reviews.
Yeah. So like, you can see some weird astroturfing in the subreddit, I would not be surprised of like, yeah, cosmetics wouldn't be that bad, not a big deal. Hey, as long as it keeps out the experience.
In Destiny 1, I've used it as an example before because I was big into that game. They came out with microtransactions where it was just dances you could buy. Like, spend like some money and get some dances, and that was it. And their idea was we don't want to be releasing expansions, because they'd release like 3 expansions in a year, and then you have to pay an extra $20 or $30 for those expansions, even though you already paid $60 for the game.
Yep.
So people were like, we're sick of doing this. They're like, so then Bungie came out and said, we're going to have these microtransactions just for cosmetics, and we're going to use that money to have a team that's going to work on pumping out new content.
Didn't really work out, though.
They didn't really pump out the content like they had promised. They pumped out holiday events and stuff like that, which is not what people expected. They expected expansions were going to be free.
Mm-hmm.
And look at Destiny 2. Now you can buy crates. Right?
And,
with items in it.
Hey, big update comes out. Now you can't do certain content. True story.
Yeah, so that's how it started, and people were like, I was the same way. I'm like, you know what, I'm totally okay with these new dances. The dances are kind of cool, and if it's going to give me free content and stuff, then fine, perfect. I don't want to buy any more expansions, because I don't want to drop $100 on a game that I've only played for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then, next thing you know, everything went to shit.
I mean, you look at games like, another quick example is Black Desert Online. Game comes over from my Korea or whatever. Super popular in North America. Game was so fun. I loved it. And they had like cosmetics. You know, like, that's fine, whatever. People bought a bunch, and then they introduced like pets. And you're like, that's kind of weird. And then you find like pets can like loot stuff for you. And it's a super grind-heavy game, so it's kind of a big deal. Like, okay. And then you find out you can buy a bunch of pets and like do some shit with them and make them better, which means they loot faster. And you're like, okay, that's super bait. Where my buddy literally spent $1,000 getting the best pets you can.
Jesus.
And then they come out with like a ghillie suit, which makes you able to hide, but it's also PvP, right? So in PvP settings, you can just like hide from other players and ambush them.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, that's blatant that's blatant pay to win in terms of like how PvP works in the game.
Yeah,
open world PvP. I only bring that up so like we each have an example of like when
there's so many examples too. That's one of like many examples.
It happens all the time, and how they kind of power creep microtransactions or slip into the game.
Yep.
Makes me really worried about RuneScape.
Yep. Well, let's keep worrying. Keep that tinfoil hat on.
Mm-hmm.
Go on to the Jagex page. And go to careers. What are you going to see? An opening for a monetization designer. So, what does that mean? Well, this is a bit of a description of the role. Interpret the lead designer's creative vision and management's product strategy into everyday project development. Ensure that such features are balanced and appropriate to existing game mechanics and lore. Create and maintain high-quality documentation. Set project aims. Use collaborative design and feedback to ensure all projects achieve the best quality, stay within scope, and are coherent with the wider game. But most importantly, design features to aid monetization. Systems and features suitable for microtransitions and driving membership conversion. So that is now open. It's not... Okay, now, to put you at ease a little bit, it is not specifically for old school RuneScape. It is just RuneScape. It's a RuneScape content development. A little worrying. But
people say 2012 was going to be the end of the world. I think 2019 is going to be a little dicey.
Shit, divide that by 3.
Yep.
Boy, here we go. All right, well, I'll take off the tinfoil hat right now because in ModMac K, 3 words, kind of. Mm-hmm. He did come out and say, guys, I've spent the last 6 weeks working on the budget for 2019 and 2020. And I can absolutely assure you there isn't any monetization managers in the old school RuneScape plan. There are, though, more content developers, more QA, and more artists, but no monetization manager. We understand how you feel about MTX, and there is no plan to introduce it to old school RuneScape without your agreement. So, It is safe to take your tinfoil hats off and put them away until next time. Let's back that up. There is no plan to introduce it to old school RuneScape without your agreement.
Yep. And you know what's funny? I feel like as soon as they finally hide poll results, like everyone in the community screams for, you're going to start seeing a lot of questions being asked about, well, what do I want to spend extra money in the game? How can I do it, Jagex? Because that's kind of like a meme, I guess, on Reddit where, like, hide the poll results before you vote.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Right now, I can go in right now if there's a poll available. I don't have to vote, but I can tell you what's winning, who voted on what. Not specifically, but the numbers, right?
Yep.
And the problem with that is you're going to be less motivated to vote how you truly feel because maybe you want to say no to something, but everyone else is saying yes to the other thing, and it's at like 99%. What's the point?
The only reason why we have the Grand Exchange in the game is because of this. Keep that in mind. If you don't remember, the Grand Exchange was like a 73% or something. It was almost passing, and we had like a day or two left. And then SparkMac made a video being like, "Guys, we need this in the game." He called all of his viewers to vote, and then it got passed.
Yep.
Which I'm not saying is a bad thing because Grand Exchange did make everything a lot easier. I'm happy it's in the game, but obviously that's kind of a different thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. But besides that, though, that's really what's going on in the game.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out on the MTX as usual. Always be prepared. Don't let your guard down.
Yeah.
Don't let them inch their foot into that door because if they do, it's going to come down hard. It's a snowball effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so with that being said, let's move on to some good old lore. This week, we're going to talk about the Corporeal Beast. Since the Corporeal Beast was first discovered during the 6th Age in RuneScape 3, and we have not yet hit that timeline, but we do have the boss here, I will touch on some of the lore given to us. There is a realm known as the Spirit Realm that consists in the wilderness. This realm is on parallel with RuneScape or Gielinor, but is best described as it is the opposite. When a bucket of water is filled in the Spirit Realm, the water disappears in that same bucket in the wilderness. Within the Spirit Realm, there is a monster known as the Spirit Beast. And this beast had been terrorizing towns and villages within the wilderness, but in the Spirit Realm, for hundreds of years. When this Spirit Beast devours a soul, that soul is unable to communicate with either realms. Adventurers were asked to capture this beast from the Spirit Realm. And while doing so, the Spirit Beast was weakened. And when this Spirit Beast was captured and weakened, a new beast spawned in the real realm of Gielinor. This monster was known as the Corporeal Beast. The Corporeal Beast also has a dark core monster that follows along with it. And many believe this core is created from the energy of the adventurers who captured the Spirit Beast in the Spirit Realm. With the soul drained from these adventurers, the energy was transferred to the real realm where the core is. Next week, we will move on to another boss within old school RuneScape. And with that, now it's time to move to the Grand Exchange.
Oh.
This good old sellout section.
Yeah.
So first things we want to talk about is...
Don't you hate bonds and microtransactions? Well, instead of spending on RuneScape, spend it on us.
Yeah, and no in-game rewards, though.
Not
so
really.
So it's not really a microtransaction. It's...
a sense of pride and accomplishment.
Yeah. We could have some I don't even know. Stickers.
Do
you guys like...
I'll play your account for like 10 minutes and get you killed.
Yeah. Do people like stickers?
Some people do.
Yeah, stickers are pretty sweet, actually.
I have a couple on my computer.
Anyways, before we talk about that, we're going to talk about Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/wild to get a free month and a free book. That is kind of more in line to a microtransactions because you actually get to listen to a book. And if you're not satisfied with Audible or audiobooks, you can cancel it right away so you don't get charged, and you will still keep that book you decided to purchase or to get for free.
Use that credit on?
Yeah, use the credit on audibletrial.com/wild. Or you can directly support us at Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/The Wilderness Podcast to do that. And our supporter of the week is Riker Towne. So thank you very much for supporting us. We greatly appreciate it. If you guys like stickers, maybe we can look into that. Stickers are pretty neat. They're okay.
Yeah, not bad.
But yeah, thank you. We appreciate your support so much. We appreciate everyone's support. Yeah, you guys are the best. But with that all covered up, I guess we'll talk about what's going on within the show. First things first, we have our trivia night coming up. We had planned it for January 4th, but we're thinking we may push that one back a week to the 11th or the 12th. To keep up to date, we will be posting the information on Discord and Twitter, so you can keep up to date for that. But there are going to be rewards where you can win. Basically, what is the trivia night? Well, you show up, we'll throw out a question. First one to answer gets a point. First one to 10 points, you become first place, and you'll get a reward. So Thunder Slay was so kind to donate 15 mil to give away, and we'll have that in the pot for the trivia night. But on top of that, there might be some more rewards too for other runner-ups, and whatnot. So if you want to win some good old cash, keep your eyes out for that trivia night. And yeah, since we're getting close to our year, this is our Christmas episode. We didn't really do much to make it Christmassy. It's that time of year, anyways.
They're kind of Christmas Scrooges because we're just like
MTX.
RuneScape's dead. Run.
Yeah, MTX. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Whereas Jag is sitting back there being like, "Fuck, these guys are just fear mongering."
We're like the Alex Jones of RuneScape.
Yeah, that's
time traveling. I don't even know what he sounds like.
Yeah, I have no idea either. We talked about like intergalactic vampire pedophiles. Mm-hmm. Yeah, from the future. So yeah, with this being our Christmas episode, which means we get to do our New Year's episode coming up next week, where we will look at this year in review, and we're gonna go through a bunch of the big updates that had happened and some of the smaller ones. We'll have a survey out there where you guys can vote on just for fun, just to see what everyone thinks is the best update or whatever category we have. So some of the categories you guys can look to expect are going to be the best update of the year, possibly the best free-to-play update. I'm still going through all the updates, so I don't know how many free-to-play updates we actually got this year, but I know there's at least one so far. Mm-hmm. We'll have a best quality of life update, best new item brought into the game, best event, as in Deadman mode or the PvP tournament, the best in-game event, like the April Fool's event or the Easter event or the Christmas, those type of stuff. Best nerf or biggest nerf, however you want to interpret that one. And so far, the category that's the biggest controversial moment.
Too many to choose from.
There's actually a lot, which is a shame because I have a feeling I know which one's going to take the cake. But there were so many good ones this year.
Almost every month there was one.
There's tons, and I'm very curious to see what's going to be like second place. I almost want to pull out that one that we all know is the biggest one. But there's stuff like a world got converted to a dead man mode world for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
People gained double experience. People got killed. And then there was a level 3 skiller who got killed and went from level 99 Herbo to 98. Mm-hmm. RuneLight almost got shut down. RuneScape Classic closed. I'm not going to go through all of them now, but there's a ton. And so we're going to go through that next episode. And we're also going to go look back at our resolutions from last year to see how well we did and what our resolutions for 2019 are going to be. We also asked some of you guys what your resolutions were for 2018. And I had gotten in touch with them to see how their progress is. So we'll touch on that as well. Then you guys, we're going to ask you to send us your resolutions for 2019. Where in a year from then, we will touch back to see how that went.
Let's just say if you don't complete these resolutions,
you're cut.
You don't complete the next year.
Yeah, you're done. Your account's going to get banned.
Yeah.
And going past the new year, we're going to be bringing in a new segment, which I'm pretty stoked for. It should be kind of fun to do, but I don't want to give any details away or any hints. So you have to stay tuned for that in the new year. Anyways, if you guys want to hang out with us in-game, it is WildCC. That is our clan chat. Our Facebook is facebook.com/The Wilderness Podcast. We also have a group. You can join it through there. Our Twitter is @TheWildernessRS. Our email is thewilderness.podcast@gmail.com. Kind of shotgun to those ones, but we have a Discord as well. You can get that on Twitter or Facebook, or you can bug one of us. And our song of the week, I think, because it 'tis the season, we should run through some of the fitting music for it. So this, song of the week is Jungle Bells, which is unlocked during the Christmas event from 2006. Oh, sorry, it's unlocked during any Christmas event after 2006, which is when it was placed in the game. The composer is Adam Bond. And thankfully, we have a quick analysis.
Bond. Cue the conspiracy music.
Fuck.
No, I'm kidding. Continue.
That's good, though. The song plays at a relatively moderate tempo with a very low-pitched beat resonating in the background. The bell sounds seem somewhat discordant as to entail the general mishappenings that tend to occur around Christmas events. It keeps in theme with the RuneScape-style jungle tunes. The melody is essentially Jingle Bells played in a minor key. With that being said, it is our time to get out of there. So, from us over here, we wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. We hope you enjoy your holidays and just have a fantastic Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. With all the love from us, we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, have a good one.
Take care.
Thank you.